Happy Sunday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 427. It is Sunday, August 24th, 2025. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I have been a demonstrator since August of 1999. I have a card that I think it's cool. I like it. It's something different. It's a color combination that is definitely not me, and I think it turned out pretty good. So I'm going to put you down at the table in just a second, and I'll let you know when I'm done messing around with the camera, if you get motion sickness or anything like that. So look away. All right, let's do that now. So hopefully you had a good weekend. My stamp camp, I had a girlfriend come over on Friday night, and we had a great time stamping and catching up. So it was really nice, and it was so nice to be able to, well, hi, Tina, welcome. Okay, whoa, that's a little too close. All right, but we had a good time. And so she got to, she was supposed to have a friend that was supposed to come, and she ended up having a migraine, so she couldn't come. So she made both those cards. So she made a total of 10 cards, and she had a great time. Happy Sunday to you as well. All right, so we have a couple things to talk about. Number one, let's introduce myself again, just in case somebody new pops in. My name is Joy Borwedge. I have an Instagram page at Stampin' for Joy. My YouTube is Joy A. Borwedge. My online store is stampinforjoy.stampinup.net. PenguinZ33@outlook.com is my email. That if you do not have a demonstrator that you're working with, you can contact me if you would like to have the annual catalog sent out to you. And I have one left, so I would be willing to share. All right, and then, so how this works is I record this Facebook Live on my Joy Borwedge page, and then I take pictures of the project that we're making tonight and post it on my Instagram page. And then I download the video to my YouTube page as well as to my Stampin' for Joy page. So let's get talking about some stuff. Let's see, the new online exclusives, and let's see, where did it go? There it is. The Holiday Mini Catalog. These are both starting September 3rd, and the products for the online store do not come in a catalog form, but somebody was very nice that they put all the online exclusives into something that I can print out, so then it's easy for us demonstrators to pre-order and to get a look at it, what it looks like. And then the mini catalog. So I can't show you any of these things, but once my pre-order comes, I can actually show you the product that's in there. So I'm excited about that coming up. Now, talking about something coming up, Last Chance List has been updated. Stampin' Up! Is going to, or has retired all the Stampin' Rate markers. Now these are current, and these are the markers that were just updated. So they have a really nice tip, and then the brush. So what's happening is Stampin' Up! Is going to delete or discontinue the red rubber stamps. And the reason why is because for several years, they have been having a hard time sourcing some of the key components to make the red rubber. Now, I know that Stampin' Up! Is a quality-driven company. So if it's not something that falls into their quality, they will not do it. So I know there's other companies out there that do red rubber, but that might not be something that's up to Stampin' Up's quality. So they're actually going to discontinue the red rubber stamps on their own terms. So it's going to prevent the back order of things, and a stamp set might not even come into existence after it's been put into a publication because the red rubber is hard to source. So Stampin' Up! Wanted to say, okay, this is what we're doing. We're going to do this in a timely fashion and in an orderly fashion and give everybody a chance to... oh, you do? Good. I do as well. I have a hard time picking which things I can get. So my wish list is pretty long. But anyways, the photopolymer is the clear rubber, are clear. And so you can actually see where you're placing your image at. And there is no need to trim. And the packaging is actually going to change as well for this. And because they are so skinny, Stampin' Up! Is going to come out with these envelopes that hold both the dies and the the photopolymer stamps. And so it's going to take up less room in your craft area. So that's a lot of information. And so if you are into the markers, okay, now this is a marker. The Stampin' Blends have shown to be the victor of what people are choosing in sales. So the Stampin' Blends have more qualities to them than the Stampin' Write markers. And one of the reasons that they've been around for so long is that you can actually color with your red. Hi, Dawn. Yeah, yay for saving room. I love that. But the brush tip can actually be slid across your red rubber, and then you can huff on it. You can have different colors, and then you can stamp on it, and then have your multiple colored image in one stamp. Now, seeing as how the red rubber is going away, having the Stampin' Write markers, it's kind of something that went along with each other. And the Stampin' Blends have much more versatile, I would say, techniques with it. You can color so much better, and you can look like an artist using the Stampin' Blends, where with these, you have the striations when you color. And so it doesn't allow for any of the blending to come into play. And so Stampin' Up! Decided to put the Stampin' Write markers on the last chance list. And so that is going on now. So I don't know if any of them sold out yet, but to be honest, I can't tell you when's the last time I actually picked up the markers compared to the Stampin' Blends. And I'm somebody who does not color all that great, but the more you actually use the Stampin' Blends, the more you get confidence in yourself that, hey, this actually looks good. Whereas coloring with markers for me does not make me feel like I colored well. So if you love your markers, and the markers last a really long time, because I don't know if any of you remember these, but this was like the first round of the markers, and it still works. And yep, see, I put that black spot right there with my black. Now the black marker is also going away as well, but we do have a journaling marker that will be able to work with that as well. I do plan on selling some of my markers when we have our events, but it has to be a retired product. It has to be the discontinued product. So I can't, at the Stampin' event coming up in November 1st, I can't sell anything that's still currently on the last chance list. I can sell it only if it's on the discontinued list. So I still might keep a few around, because the only thing I actually do with them, and to be honest, and I feel really bad for this, is I highlight in my catalog what I own. And let's see here. Really bad at showing you something that I own in the front part of the catalog. Let's see here. So like Choose Happy. I took one of the markers. Now this is actually a discontinued one. This is the previous Melon Mambo marker. This is the old tip. And the new tip that I showed you on the Blueberry Bushel is totally and completely different. I mean, you could see how big that is compared to that little tiny pin drop. And so if you like to sign your cards with coordinating colors in the markers, I would suggest getting them now before they do run out. And they are sold in groups of families. They're not sold individually except for the black. But like I said, I highlight all my things that I own, so then that way when the retired list comes out, or when things I have to pull, I do circle with the red Sharpie. And then that helps me. And actually, I have every catalog since 1997. So just think of how much space that took up. Because there were some years there that we had 2 catalogs in 1 year. All right, so then also that's going on right now is, now just think that the online product right now is the in colors. Now you can get the 15% off the in color markers while supplies lasts. And that's the 2025 to 2027. So it has to be the Cloud Cover, Darling Duckling, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger. So if you don't have the markers and you want to get 15% off, because those colors are on sale through the end, basically next weekend. So get those while you still can. I am waiting patiently to get my garland. I can't wait for that to come. And the other things that you can get coming up would be the Brighten Your Day kit. That is a kit that's being available September 3rd. And then this one is another kit that is called Bunch of Thanks. Now this is a little smaller. It fits in the envelope perfectly, but it kind of, I don't know if you could see that, but it flaps open. And so it looks like somebody, folded paper on top of each other to open up the bouquet. So that's coming up September 3rd as well. And let's see here. Don't forget to check out the Halloween items, because none of the Halloween items are going to be in the upcoming holiday mini kit catalog, just because Stampin' Up! Wanted to give you enough time to play with your Halloween items. Now, this is called the Spooky Sweet collection. I believe that's what it's called. And then the Sweet and Spooky kit, which makes milk carton. You know, they're called milk cartons. And those are treat holders. So that is an actual kit that is available now. And this Spooky Sweet is available now. So go in the online store and check those out. And I'm excited to share with you what I've been doing lately. Is I have been going into my previous Facebook Lives, because Facebook Lives get deleted now after 30 days. So you can't go to hashtag number 59 and see what I made. So this is hashtag number 15. And so what I did is hashtag number 425. I took this idea, leveled it up a little bit, and used the Painterly Pears Sweet Collection, which is an online sweet collection. Now, that is the outside and that is the inside. And so, Laura, hopefully your head's doing really well and you don't have any more migraines. So, nice to see you, my dear. And so, that's what I have been doing. Now, tonight's card, I'm not going to show you the current card, but what I'm going to show you is the previous card. Now this is Facebook Live number 16, and so we are going to recreate this card somehow similar. Okay, it's not the same, but similar. And how I got my color combination, I went with the two-tone Sparkle Gems. Now these are from the where'd it go? I rearranged things. So it's called the Everyday Skies Sweet Collection. And so what I did is I wanted to use the colors that were in here. So I took out my Designer Series paper and I decided that I saw Balmy Blue and Petunia Pop. So that is what I came up with. Now we're going to be using, I'm going to put this facing me so we're going to be using a red rubber stamp. So this is actually going to be put on the last chance list coming up pretty soon. And I'm really sad about that because I really like what this stamp set is. It is called More Messages. And what, Carolyn, hi, sweetie. How you doing? Laura's here. So this, hi, Terry. Happy Sunday. Oh my goodness, it's nice to see you. So red rubber's going away. And I'm really sad about that, but kind of excited. And the reason why is because when I first started stamping, we had red rubber and we had wood blocks, and Stampin' Up! Gave us images and we had to cut them out and put them on the blocks. And then several years ago, Stampin' Up! Made a change, and they took the red blocks and they made it so that they would cling to the same clear blocks. Yes, I have fingernail polish on my nails. I didn't even notice that. I'm trying to grow my nails and have them not so peely, but they still peel. But yeah, I did. In fact, I did that about an hour ago. But anyways, so Stampin' Up! Came out with these photopolymer, and then they said, well, we're going to take the photopolymer blocks and we're going to make it so that we can use the red rubber with them. And then we made them cling. Well, they kind of made it so that, I hate to say this, but they were kind of sucky because they did not stick with the blocks worth a darn. But then they fixed it. So now Stampin' Up! For the last several years is having a hard time getting the red rubber in, and or the components to make the red rubber. And so you'll see in the Holiday Mini catalog red rubber stamps. That's going to be the last publication that is new to have red rubber. So once the annual catalog products run out of red rubber, it might they might move to the discontinued list before the catalog runs out. So it depends on the sourcing of getting all the raw materials in. They have enough, but they're not going to add more. So let's see here. The colors that we're going to be playing with today are going to be, Fresh Freesia. Yeah, I took the colors out of here. So Fresh Freesia and Balmy Blue. And then we're going to use Basic Gray. So those are the colors that we're going to be using with tonight's card, because we're not going to use black, okay? These are kind of, bright, happy colors, and want to tone it down a little bit. So that's where I came out with my color combination, was using these. All right, so this is actually, when you purchase this in the online store, it's actually one big stamp. But I decided to cut everything apart, so then that way it gives me more options to use the words in which I want to use, rather than using that stamp the way they intended me to. Because, I don't always follow the rules. And now where did I put those things? There we go. Okay, so let's get showing you what we're going to be playing with. Seeing as how I only showed you this card, we're going to be doing something else. Yeah, there you go, Terry. I still have CDs and I still have cassette tapes. Oh, man. All right, so I am going to show you the dimensions of the card stock, so that if you want to recreate this, you can. Now, this is a piece of scrap. It's just a 1/2 piece, 1/2-inch piece. We're going to need 3 pieces of 1x2. And then, oh, I forgot to tell you, we're also playing with the Artistic Leaves stamp set. And, all right. This is the stamp set that we're using. It is from the online exclusives. And we're also using the Nested Essentials. And Carolyn got to play with this stamp set at my stamp camp on Friday, and so I really, really, really love the stamp set. Okay, so let's get going, and let's see here. We have Fresh Freesia at 2 3/4 by 4, a piece of Basic White 3 by 4.5, a piece of Basic White. Now this is going to be our card, so it is actually 10.5 by 4, and I scored it at 5 1/4. And then this is our back. So this is Balmy Blue, and this is a 1/4 sheet of cardstock, and that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that is what we're going to need tonight to make the card. And we're also going to use the white out of the Essentials pack, and let's see, I think that is it. Yep, that is it. Okay, you know what? Oops, did you see it? I think I did use black in this one. So, yeah, I guess I did. But I'm also using the basic gray. Okay, so now that we did that, basically what I'd like to do is allow that to sit for just a moment so that if somebody comes back and says, you know, I really liked the card that Joy did, I want to copy it, which I don't care. And you can use the same stamp set. You can, you know, buy it and then come back in my online store, and you can copy it word for word, or you can certainly use what you have. But, you know, I certainly want to give you a chance to come back and play with it. All right, so I'm actually going to wipe off, because we had my stamp camp on Friday, I just want to make sure that when I put stuff away, sometimes I put things on the floor because I don't have enough counter space in my bedroom to have everything. So sometimes they get played with the cats. So I make sure that there's no fuzzies on here that are not needed. Cat fuzzies, you know. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to, let's see here. I think we're going to stamp this. We're going to grab the Stampin' Pearson mat, and we're going to grab the Balmy Blue. And I am going to grab, let's see here, Yours Simply Incredible. Okay, so I'm going to do this right there. Okay, good. All right, so then I'm going to take my hat off so I don't bump the camera, because I have to do this and be able to see in order. All right, and then it says, you're the absolute best. And that's going to go right there. Oops, I smeared it. Well, there we go. Luckily, there's two sides. This is the main reason why I love the way I make my cards. Okay. Make sure Carolyn did not put it... No, you did not put it away, dirty. You washed everything. I saw you. Okay. No, they're full of cat fuzzies, because Bert likes to play with things inside. This is my container that I keep things in, and so if it moves, Bert likes to play with it. So, all right, time to celebrate. That's going to go under. And put it next to the edge. And then Forever Friends. And then put that right there. Oh, that's going to get hidden. Okay, then let's see. There, hi there. And then, let's see. We're going to repeat the same thing. I'm just going to go down the line. And this is something that you want to give to somebody. And I'm just going to put that right there. So it goes off the page. So it looks like it's supposed to be that way. All right. So then now we're done with this. And we're going to put that off to the side for just a moment, because we're going to go and stamp stuff. Okay, so we're going to stamp this piece right here, and we're going to grab the outline of the stamp. And this is in Balmy Blue. And so we can leave it just like that, or we can add color to it. And so we're going to do that. But seeing as how the blue is open, we're going to do 3 leaves. And now there's a swish, what I call a swish. This is the leaf. And we're just going to leave this one blue and white. Okay. And then there's a swish that colors that. And we're just going to leave it. So we're done. Well, actually, no, we're not. Might as well do that. All right, but we're done with the blue for now. We have to come back to it. All right, then we're going to take, let's see, we're done with that one. And this one is the one that colors up. And we're going to use, there's still some fuzzies on here. Gosh darn it. All right, we're going to grab the fresh freesia. And now I'm going to just do this right here. And hopefully I could get it in there. And just lay that down so that colors. And so you could see that there is, this is a distinctive stamp. And so what that means is that the coloring that you see here, it's like dots. And so the more dots, the darker the color gets. And so it's a really cool way that Stampin' Up! Has given the color etched in the stamp. All right, I'm going to take off my sweatshirt. It's like 64 degrees, and it was like the most beautiful fall day in August. I mean, I'm sure the people that are going to the state fair were just mad at the fact that they're not sweaty little pigs and they have to go inside the building with hordes and hordes of people rubbing up against you to get into the air conditioning. I get claustrophobic. Right, and so there are no dies for these leaves, which they're so easy to cut out. And I'm doing it that way. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Tina. So I've only done a couple of these. We made this at my stamp camp. And then I've done a couple Facebook Lives with this leaf set. I want to do maybe a cherry cobbler and maybe like granny apple green or something like that. The trees that I live in the apartment that are in front of my bedroom window are like the most beautiful, gorgeous reddish orange I have ever seen on a tree. And I am not kidding you. I wake up in the middle of the night and I have to go potty, and I literally stare out at the window, just basking in the beauty of those trees. I mean, I'm a goofball. Oh, she's out there at the fair? Wow. Yeah, I am. The temperatures right now are just amazing. right. Well, I think that what I've heard or read is that winter in Minnesota is supposed to be cold and snowy. I don't know about you, but I prefer snowy to cold. But if I get a hot flash, I could go stand out outside of my deck and I could be a happy camper. I've done that several times last year. And then when I made Christmas cookies last year, I just put them out on my deck. And that worked out really nice. All right, I'm just going to do this. It's a lot easier for me to cut when it's a smaller. Besides, I could save that. That I could keep. Put that on my trash bin. All right, it's a lot easier for me to flick it across the room. All right, to cut. All right, and like I said, there's no dies for these, but this is so easy to cut out. And when you want to use your paper snips, now these are no longer available because the manufacturer stopped making them. So Stampin' Up! Is looking for an alternate. They haven't said anything, but I'm still using my paper snips because, number one, they're sharp little puppies, and number two, they will always work. And I even bought a second pair a long time ago, thinking that I could use a second pair. I used them once, this last week actually. And it's been like months since I've had them. I think I had them at the house, so I mean, over like a year and a half ago. All right. Now, this is definitely not a color combination that I would put on a leaf. Fall is my favorite color, and I love neutrals. I love brights, subtles, and I don't know. The subtles are the colors that I tend to not gravitate towards. Not that I don't like them, but so I went and I said to myself, what haven't I worked with for a while? And so I said, oh, those sparkle jumps. I haven't done anything with those. And I'm like, well then, what colors shall we play with? And I went off of this, and I put my gems right next to my paper, and I said, well, that looks really nice. And then I put it next to another one. I'm like, nah, I don't like that. So, I mean, that is how I got my colors, was off the gems. Okay, so now that my pretty leaf is all cut out, and these guys are cut out, all right. We're going to take these and put them over to the side here, because we're going to grab the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we're going to use the banner die, and I think that's the only thing that we're going to use, so I'm going to grab the little one. So I'm going to grab the little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now this, I have to tell you, this is cracked, and that is cracked. They are very well loved, and they still work. So once this thing splits, then this will be my bottom, and then I'll get a new top. But I flip-flop. So I look and see, okay, which one is the end that I haven't used for a while, and I'll put that in, and then I want to stagger them. So went out again. Okay, am I back? I don't know why. Am I talking to myself now? I don't see anybody here. Oh well, I'm going to keep going. So this is what it looks like. So it looks like it's sticking its tongue out at the end. So that has that tip was given by Sarah Douglas, who, if you know that name, she does Facebook Lives on Tuesdays. And she is in charge of Stampin' Up! Right now. And so she gave that tip a long time ago when people were saying they were complaining about the it's not working as well. And she said if you staggered your plates, I am freezing. Okay. That's because it blacked out and had like a red line, and then all of a sudden it was back. So hopefully that is done now. I'm just going to continue going. And then now you can close this up, and the big one, it closes up too. Now, just to let you know, this is my pinky, and I'm lifting it up. So that is how light this is. I mean, I do have strong hands, but if you travel and go to crafting events, you know, for the weekend with the girls, or a week, you know, take trip, you know, go to the camper or whatever, you can take the little guy with you. However, it is limited in the size that you could put through here, and also the embossing folders tend to not work because they're too big. So depends on what you want to use. All right, so now that we put that all away, I'm just going to grab my lemonade, take a drink. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stamp the inside of the card. And let's see here. We're going to grab our leaves, and I dropped all of them. One of them went under my glass mat. And these are falling leaves, like literally. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the inside's actually going to be kind of simple. We're going to do something pretty, but it's just going to be simple. So we're going to take the Stampin' Pearson mat and put that in there. So when you have photopolymer, you want to make sure that you do have a Stampin' Pearson mat. And the reason why is because, as with red rubber, there is a cushion, okay? And so it gives you that nice image. Whereas photopolymer, it doesn't have that cushion. So having the Stampin' Pearson mat allows you to have that nice cushion. Okay, and so then now we are going to use, let's see, the basic gray. And we're going to, the outside's going to say just a note. And this one, we're going to go, oh, happy day. So whoever wins this card can use it for any occasion. We're going to put that right on top because it says, you're simply incredible. You are the best. Time to celebrate. Forever friends. Hi there. And then it starts over again. So you could certainly use this card for whatever you need it to be. And then we are going to clean off the big one. And we're going to kind of just pop in a little bit of color. We're going to flip-flop. We're just going to do just the corner right there. And then we're going to close this up. And we're going to close this one up. Come on, let's go. All right, and then we have, all right, where'd the dots go? Nope, they're still in the bin. All right, for the Stamp Camp, so we have the gray, and so we're just going to put in some gray, and we stamp off, and then we have some spots on that. Okay, and then we're going to grab this one. There we go. I'm going to flip that around. And then we're just going to hit okay, so then now we have a little bit of color on our leaves. And so again, that was basic gray. And so now we're just going to clean things up a little bit. Whoa, I almost dropped that. Just because I don't like to leave the ink on my photopolymer if I don't have to. Now, with your red rubber, it doesn't really matter, but I like to make sure that my images are clean before I put them away. And because Sunday is a work night for tomorrow, because I get up at about 3:15, I want to make sure that I take care of most of my stuff tonight, so that if I were to do something tomorrow, I don't have anything. Ooh, gotta stamp that. And we're done with that one. And we're done with this one. All right. And as you can see, some of the color does tend to stain your photopolymer, but you could still see through it. And you can always tell which ones you love the most. You know, your favorite, favorite child. Just kidding. Okay. So then now we're also going to stamp, oops, I forgot the basic gray while that was open, to do just a note. No, I did not. I did that black. See? I designed this on Friday. I forget what I'm really doing. All right. And I don't like that. There we go. I like that much better. And this is a piece of paper that when you cut down your basic white to, actually I'm going to do it this way because then I can have better straight edges, because I really am not the best at cutting straight lines. Okay. And this is a perfect way to use up scrap. There we go. And just a note. Perfect. All right, that can go in the trash bin. And we're done stamping, so we do not need our Stampin' Pearson mat anymore. So we'll grab the silicone mat, because that's what you use when you have adhesives. All right, so now we're going to take this and we're going to attach it, and see, that's the boo-boo on the back side. And one thing I love about Stampin' Up's quality paper is that when you flip this over, you don't see that, whereas inferior paper, you would see right through. And so you can't use the back side. All right, so there we go. And then we are going to attach. Okay, and Dimensionals. Okay. All right, so we're going to grab dimensionals and put that on the back side of our... Grab this take your pick tool and put a dimensional right there. If you hear that screaming, there is a child's torture center outside. It's the playground. They scream bloody murder. It sounds like they're being tortured. So, outside playing. All right, so that is that. So we're going to put that right. Oh, there's a piece of cardstock. There we go. And we're going to put that kind of to the left so we could see most of the words to the right. And then we're going to take the bone folder and we're just going to go a little bit just to give it a little life. And then we're going to flip that over and we're going to put 3 on here. And then just stab and grab those backings, put them in the trash. And then we're going to put that right like that. And then we're going to take these guys and we're going to put adhesive down on there, and then we'll go like that. And then we'll do like that. And this is going to go underneath. Right there. And right like that. Okay. And then we're going to put that on little dimensionals. Now, where did those go? I bet you anything they're in one of my 5 bins. Well, I'll just get a new one. Get a little mini dimensional out. I am breaking my own rule by getting another pack out when I already have one broken into. But I'm not going to spend the time looking through 5 bins to figure out which one it is in. All right. Okay. Then I just break this open and pick the closest one off. And then we'll use my take your pick tool to grab the other one. Okay. Stab and grab those backings. There we go. And then that is going to go right there. And then we are going to grab the thing that started it all. These are the 2-tone sparkle gems in the online store. So if you type in the word sparkle, these will show up. Okay, so then we're going to take the And I redid my putty this morning. I got a new bit coming out. All right. So then I almost just took that all off. Come on. Use the pokey part then. Don't stab me. All right. So then we're going to go down here in the corner. And then we're going to go down here. And then right up here, we're creating a triangle. So boop, boop, and boop. Okay. It sounds like Daddy is yelling for the children to come home. All right. So then we're going to grab the Wink of Stella. And now because this is distinctive, I am not going to color the whole thing. I am just going to go up the main leaves and a little bit of the veins, because the distinctive part of this stamp gives the illusion of different tones of color. And if I were to color that in, there would be no differentiation in that. So I'm just trying to follow the leaves, or the veins. Can you see the sparkle? Sparkle, sparkle. All right. Oh, this one did not get any. There we go. That's so much better. Okay. Now we are going to clean this off. And then I'm just going to, because I don't want to take any blue with me. And we'll just do a little bit of the Petunia Pop. No, I mean, sorry. Fresh Freesia. Fresh Freesia. All right, clean that off. And then we'll go to this one and just get a little bit in there. Get a little bit of that beautiful sparkle. Okay, so then now all we have to do is make our bow, and that is going to be our last. Well then, that can go in the recycling bin. And I guess we'll have to order another pack. We'll just have to make this one work. So we'll move that down that way. And move that up there. And there we go. We're going to grab the mini glue dots and grab the first one that comes out. Squish. We're going to put that right there. And then we're going to give that a trim. Okay, so what do you think? Okay, so let me show you if I can find. All right, I can find the colors. Okay, this one is in the Artistic Leaves and that is Facebook Live number 422, using an unusual color coordination. There we go. That one is Facebook Live number 420, using the Need for Tweed, which is a new online, thank you. It's a new online designer series paper, and that's using, let's see, crumb cake and pecan pie and cherry cobbler, I believe. Let's see if I got another one in here. No, I think that is it for the leaves. Yep. All right. I'm not, my next stamp camp, I have another person coming over for my stamp camp on Monday. And then after that, I will be able to do a Facebook Live showing what we had done over the weekend. So this is the card. Like I told you, a very unusual color combination, but I used what Stampin' Up! Gave me in the colors of the two-tone sparkle gems, and because that's what I wanted to use, and put that together and came up with that item. So I am going to be putting some Facebook Live winners in the mail. Thanks to Carolyn, she gave me some stamps, and I got everything caught up. And now I just need some more stamps, which hopefully I'll be able to get this week, and we'll get those out in the mail. And so thank you for your patience. And so if you do a thumbs up or a heart, that gets your name entered into the drawing to win this card. If you leave a comment, that leaves you. If you leave a comment, that gives you, wow. I'm looking at some of the colors of the clouds, and I am not kidding you. Let's see. The color outside, let's see, would be pretty close to, nope. I would say that right now, but more of a brighter pink tone. I mean, that is what's outside my window right now, if the trees weren't blocking my view. It's like there is this beautiful color pink, more like this going on with this color blue. I mean, very pretty. So anyways, I get squirreled very easily by beautiful sunsets, clouds, birds, squirrels, actual live squirrels. That's how I roll. But anyways, if you leave a comment, that also gets you into the drawing to win this card. And if you share this on your timeline, number one, there might be a paper crafter that's on your timeline that hasn't touched their product in a long time. And so maybe seeing this video might inspire them to take a card, make a card, and then send that card out. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me on a Sunday evening. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Come back, enjoy the replay. I hopefully will be back on Thursday, and if not, we'll see. Take care, everyone. Have a great week. Happy stamping.